Hi there, it's Mary from stampingmary.stampinup.net. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today's card features the Trucking Along bundle from Stampin' Up. Now this particular stamp set and coordinating punch is actually an online exclusive, so you won't find it in a Stampin' Up catalogue. It's available online only. So when you click the link in the description bar below, you'll be able to see the link to the products, and which will take you to my Stampin' Up website, and you'll be able to see this fabulous stamp set and amazing punch. We're going to make this card here today. This is the punch. Cuts out or punches out either of these trucks. You've got festive greetings on there if you prefer festive. Birthday, we're just going to do a birthday one here. It's really cute. You've got palm trees, presents, trees. It's just adorable. We're going to do a little bit of colouring with blends, but you can watercolour it, use your watercolour pencils, leave it plain. There's two-step stamping if you want to do two-step stamping with it. It's just got everything going for it. And if you've watched my videos before, you know I love a coordinating stamp set and punch. And when you buy a bundle like this, you're actually saving 10%. So saving's always good. Let's go ahead and get started. I've used Night of Navy for this one and Balmy Blue actually. So let's go ahead and get the stamping done first. So I'm going to bring in a piece of thick basic white cardstock, and I'm using one of our new in colours. This is Copper Clay to stamp the outline of our little truck. So where's my stamping mat? Here it is. So we're going to stamp that in Copper Clay. I've just put ink all over myself. Good one. All right. Stamp that down, and then I'm going to stamp the flowers the little parcels. I'm going to go make sure I leave a little bit of a tail because we're going to fussy cut those. So stamp that one there, and then the other thing we need to stamp is the sentiment, and we're going to do that in Night of Navy. I'm going to be doing another little bit of stamping for this background here as well, the plaid, but we'll do that separately. And here we go, just with our special delivery. I'm just going to cut that one out. All right, so there's our three little bits of stamping there. I'm going to bring in, what am I going to bring in? My Balmy Blue. Actually, I'm going to bring in the Copper Clay, a stamping blend, just to do the tires. Just going to bring in, I've got the dark here, just to do the bottom of the tires. And then I'm going to use the light just to do a little bit of an accent here. And there. And then the steering wheel as well. Let's grab the Balmy Blue now, and with my dark Balmy Blue, just where there are the shading marks there, so the lines, just going to put a bit of dark down over the wheel hubs, and then with the light I'll come in and colour those, bring out all those, soften those dark lines up, but still that gives us some of our shading element there. Okay, so we'll just do all of these. And I'm going to use the dark Balmy Blue for the inside of the wheels. Just nothing too fancy with the colouring, just softening out those dark lines. And yeah, this set lends itself beautifully also to watercolouring. So you could do a lovely bright red truck. You can do any colour truck. you could sort of do that patina look with a watercolor wash with a couple of different colors, which I'll probably do at some stage, I think, in the not too distant future. I'll spring in the dark to do these little bits here. Oops. And let me just colour that one in a little bit more. I didn't make a great job of that one. That running board, make it a bit darker. And for the cute little gift boxes, I'm bringing in, what have we got here? We've got bubble bath, light and dark bubble bath, because I love this bubble bath colour. You just put in whatever colours you fancy that are your favourites. I'm just liking the subtles against the dark of the Night of Navy at the moment, but you know, this is actually Lost Lagoon, this one here. And Lost Lagoon is a colour that's just come back in the Stampin' Up. I'm just getting used to using it again, I have to say. I'm putting down a little bit of Lemon Lolly right here. Again, you just do whatever colours speak to you on the day. Okay. Alright, now let's bring in our punch to punch that out. So the punch also will do, you can cut it, do different colours for the hub caps. But we're just going to do this a little bit. So I've cut my paper like not too wide, so I don't waste a lot of paper when I punch this out. But what we're going to do is make sure I've got it in the right place here so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, I'm just lining it all up, because there's nothing worse than getting colouring it perfectly and then getting it punched out wrong. And there you have it. It's super easy. So we'll just do a little bit of fussy cutting for these ones here. Alright, so we've got our truck coloured and punched out, our gifts all fussy cut. Next thing we're going to do is this piece of stamping right here. Now I'm going to bring in another piece of Night of Navy, which I know I cut, and now I don't know where it is gone. Where's it gone, my little Night of Navy? Alright, let me just locate where I put that Night of Navy. Alright, so we've got another little piece of cardstock right here, and I hope you can see in the video there is some stamping on the back of it. And this is the Sketched Plaid stamp set. Now this one is in the annual catalogue, and I have put a link in the description bar below for this one. It's a very large stamp, and I've actually gone ahead and put it onto my Stamparatus. Now the Stamparatus is unfortunately no longer available, but you don't have to have a Stamparatus to do this. I just prefer it when I'm using such a big stamp. You can put your large stamp like this onto a clear block, put your ink on, so go straight with your ink. This is Night of Navy. Get your ink pad and go straight to your ink, and then put your piece of paper directly onto it and then press down like that. Alright, you can do that just without even having a block if you don't want to, if you don't have a Stamparatus. If you cut your paper slightly bigger, then you can just cut it down to the size you want it for your card front. I've got my card front completely the right size because I'm going to be using the Stamparatus for this one. So yeah, you don't have to, but if you don't have the Stamparatus, just ink up your large stamp like this, and then you would, if you didn't have the Stamparatus, you bring your paper over. This is just an example, and then put it straight down and then press. But we're going to flip over and press down. And I know I'm going to have to redo it again because I've got that little magnet slightly in the way there, so that's okay. I trust this to stay in place. She says. A little bit more ink. And then just press down. And that just gives us a really cool background, and it's got something for the little truck to sit on as well, which is cool. So let's get that out of the way. And let's put this together now because we've done all our stamping. So where are we at here? Let's see. So it's a dark card, so you might want to put a piece of basic white on the inside for your sentiment. I haven't done any stamping, but there's loads of images on here if you wanted to do a little bit of inside stamping. That's up to you. This piece of Designer Series paper is from the Subtles collection. It's actually Balmy Blue. Let's put our truck on here first. Now, I've got some twine at the back here. So let's bring a little bit of my twine. This is actually linen thread. So all I'm going to do is take a little bit of the linen thread, cut a little bit off. That should be enough. I can never have enough linen thread in my collection, and I'm just going to wrap it around here and bring it together. This is the fiddly bit, but it's worth it. Just going to bring it together there, putting a little bit of tape straight in the middle here. You're not going to see this, so a little bit of Stampin' Seal. Pop that down there in the middle, just wherever you fancy, and then I just usually fussy around with it a little bit to get it how I want it. Now you could put a little bit of tape on the top there. I don't need to because I've actually got quite a bit. It's going to sit just like that. Now you can either have it popped up. I've got that on dimensionals. I actually think I'm going to put this one down flat today. Quite like the look of it down flat. So just going to put some Stampin' Seal on the back of my stamped image. Like I said, this is available only online, and I've put the link in the description bar below. I really hope you check it out because it's so cute. Not just for Christmas. It's definitely not just for Christmas, but I will be using it for Christmas, I'm sure. So there you go. This gives a little bit of an interest at the back there, and our presents are going to go in there. So I'm going to put a little bit of tape down the bottom, just on that little tail that we left. You won't see it. And then just pop them in there like that. Sentiment goes on. Straighten that up a little bit. Hang on, is that straight? Yes. Special delivery. One of the sentiments in here as well, the farm, which one is it? The Farm Fresh actually fits in there in that doorway, on the door image. I think it's cute. Let's put this together. Grab that Designer Series paper, and I'm just going to put that on an angle from one edge to the other. I cut it to fit so it would fit nicely. Bring it up a little bit. Go. Oops, I might not have that quite straight. Oh, let me just get that right. Here we go. And then this one will go completely straight. So dimensionals on the back. I actually quite like it flat without the need to put that little truck onto dimensionals. What do you think? I quite like it sitting flat. It works for me. And we're just gonna get rid of all the backings off our dimensionals. And again, you can do some stamping on the inside. Being blue, I think it works for a masculine card. I mean, you could do it. Look, this to me speaks to it's either if you want to make a card for a small person or an adult. I think this works either way personally. And just having that little bit of the sketched plaid in the background, a little bit of pop of color with the Designer Series paper out there, I think it's cute. I've put the brass embellishments on this one. I'm going to use the in color ones for this new one, and let's go with What do you think? What shall we use? The blue. What do we think? That's the new blue, boho blue. I think we might go with the copper clay actually. Let's go with the copper clay. Why not? I mean, it would be cute too if you did it on the inside of the wheels, but we won't today. Let's put them down there. I like them either way. Either way you can do it. You can go with a different colour altogether if you want to. And that's all there is to it. That's this Trucking Along bundle from Stampin' Up. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me, stampingmary@gmail.com. Have a great day and thank you for joining me.